everybody, this is Amanda from Story and Stone. I hope you are all well today. We have been through a very intense September and we're going to now come into a more gentler October. This is the reading for October for the collective, and I'll just go through some of the housekeeping before we start. This is a general reading for the collective, so it may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just take what does and leave the rest. The cards I'm using today are the Gold Foil Tarot. And then I'm going to pull a card from a very brand new deck by Rebecca Campbell, the Inner Temple Oracle. Okay, so did all of you survive September? I truly, truly hope so. It was a very, very intense month. I'm actually recording this at the end of September, so there's still some of that energy around. I know for myself, it's been a very intense month, almost like a dark night of the soul. And a few epiphanies, still some frustrations and some answers that still need to be found. But I'm hoping that October is a little bit more quieter, a little bit more peaceful, so that I can get out of my head and get into my heart. Because at the moment I'm stuck in the mundane, trying to keep going, trying to keep my head above water so that I can have that time to myself, which will hopefully start this weekend with a women's circle. I'm having so much trouble speaking today. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so for the overview for the month of October, we have the World card, which is a Major Arcana card, and the Three of Wands. This heralds great news for October. The World card, she is the card of completion. She is the card of saying the world is your oyster. Whatever journey you've been on, it's finished. You're done. You can take some time to reflect. You can take some time to celebrate and enjoy your successes. It doesn't mean there won't be another journey or another challenge or whatever, but just right now for this moment, you are able to rest and relax and just celebrate and just bathe in the light of glory. So I don't know if some of you are going to feel like that this month, depending on how your September was, but I'm truly hoping that I come to the end of whatever shit I'm going through at the moment, because quite frankly, I'm fed up with it. We then have the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands, if you look at him, he's looking out over the ocean. You can see 3 boats out there. This card is all about opportunities. It's saying there are so many opportunities out there for you, but you get to choose what opportunity you say, come into shore and I'll take advantage of you. So not only have you completed the cycle that you were in, but also you've got these new opportunities coming up. Now, that doesn't mean don't rest, don't celebrate, just get straight into that new opportunity. You still need to rest and relax and reflect about things and how you could do better, that type of thing. But basically it's saying because you've finished this cycle, you're going to have opportunities come up for you now that you should look at seriously and take advantage of 1 or 2 of them. So a really good positive month so far. Okay, then when we come to the nitty gritty, when we get down into the details of what this month is going to entail, we have another 2 really great positive cards. And in fact, we had the Lovers card, which is a Major Arcana card. We had that last month. But this month, the Lovers card is paired up with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is a completion card as well, but more for the mundane, whereas the World card is more for the esoterical. So your spiritual journey, your journey of self-evolvement and enlightenment. Whereas the Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles card is about you've got your shit together. You've built your foundation. You've got a home for yourself. You've got family and friends around you that you trust and they trust you. Things are good for you. You have a job that you like. Your health is good. So it's saying, the Lovers card is saying in this that with the overview where you've got some completions and you've got some new opportunities to come in, the Lovers card is reiterating that. You've got a choice to make. Now, it could also just mean that you're going to be loved up, The Lovers card does also talk about relationships. So there could be some romantic dates or some, afternoons where you spend laughing and joking and drinking tea and eating cake with friends or, whatever that may be. But it could also mean that it could also be a reiteration of the Three of Wands where you have some choices to make. But they're good choices, I think. I'm not getting that there's this push and pull of, what choice do I make? I feel like this is a much lighter energy this month. And it might just be that if you're single, who do I date? I've got so many dates waiting for me to reply to say, yes, I'll come out with you. Or maybe it's a choice about what you and your friends are going to do, where you're going to hang out, or it could be a business partnership who maybe you've been approached for a collaboration or something like that. So they're choices like that. They're not choices of life and death type stuff. So basically, we're going to have a really, really good month. Thankfully, because I don't think I could do another September. Okay, so when we look at the Challenges card, we have another Major Arcana card, which is the Hierophant, and we have another four, and we have the Four of Swords. Now, if you're going to have a Swords card, the Four of Swords is most probably the best card to have because he's all about rest and recovery. Okay, so the Hierophant is very much about the traditional. So it often represents organized religion, huge corporations that have ruled the world for, years and years and years or forever, and that expect things to be done in a certain way. So the traditional way, the patriarchal way, usually that's what it means. So there may be some challenges for you this month where you want to go out on your own. You want to do your thing. You want to dance to your own drum, but it might be perceived as being easier or quicker for you to get to where you want to go if you follow more traditional paths. So that may be your challenge this month, saying, do I just get there quickly by just doing it the way everybody expects me to do it? Or am I going to make it a little bit harder for myself and go the way I want to go? Now, if you go the way of the traditional way, it doesn't mean that when you get there, you still have to do that. Sometimes it's okay to fold to tradition. Sometimes it's okay to use that tradition to get to where you want to go, and then you put on your sparkles and you show them your way, So think about it. What this month entails is you deciding whether you're going to follow the herd basically, or whether you're going to go on your own path. There also will be a challenge for you of being able to rest and recover. So remember when I went back at the overview, I said to you, don't skip the celebration, don't skip the rest and relaxation and enjoying the fact that you finished one part of your journey before taking up the opportunities of the Three of Wands. This card is saying that you're going to have some challenges to do that, to do the rest and recovery and the celebration. They're saying, make sure you fit that in, put it in your schedule, okay? Don't think I'm just going to fit it in sometime. You need to actually schedule it in. Otherwise, it's going to be a real challenge for you to actually fit it in. And you need that rest and reflection and the celebration as well. If we don't celebrate our successes, everything becomes meaningless. You have to stop and celebrate them. So I want you to schedule time for rest and relaxation, and don't let anything bump it off, you know. Take that time to reflect about how far you've come and what you've done and what you've achieved and all that sort of stuff. I want you to really do that before you bounce straight into another project or another cycle. Okay, now in the opportunities, we have 2 wand cards. We have the 4 of Wands and we have the 9 of Wands. Wand energy is really quick. It's about passion, it's about motivation, it's about celebration, it's about spirituality. They're real fiery, quick energy. And the 4 of Wands is about celebration. It can actually literally mean that you're going to attend a wedding or like an age birthday, so like a 50th or a 60th or a 21st or something like that. It can mean physically that you're going to celebrate someone's success. So either a marriage, a birth, a milestone birthday, that type of thing. So there is that chance for success, for celebration. So that goes back to the World card too that we had in the very first position of this spread, about taking the time to celebrate, to get together with the people that you love, the people that are like-minded to you, and just celebrate how far you've come. If it doesn't literally mean that you're attending a wedding or something this month. Now, the 9 of Wands, this poor guy, he has been defending his boundaries for so long that he no longer, it's almost like he's forgotten that he doesn't have to fight the good fight forever, you know. And as you can see, he's there all alone. All his supporters and his fellow fighters have all left to celebrate because they know they've won. But this guy is not ready to give up the fight yet. He just wants to make sure that they're definitely safe before he lets go. So this card is saying there is an opportunity for you to let go of something that you've been fighting for a long time, that you're always on the defensive about. Maybe you don't need to be on the defensive anymore. Maybe you can let it go. Maybe you can go and celebrate with your friends. So this card is your opportunity to go, you know what? I'm done. I've been here for all this time. I've built up my resilience. Now it's time for me to let go and move on to something else. So that's your opportunity to do that. What are you hanging on to? What will you not let go of that needs to be let go of, because there is no fight there anymore? Okay. So these monthly readings are getting quicker and quicker because the energy is just flowing so well. And I think it's because we do the weekly readings, and I feel like Spirit would rather get to the nitty gritty for each week than these monthly videos. So I really love doing these monthly videos because I love these tarot cards. They're just so blingy. And I love the fact that they give us this overview. So, you know, like when I saw the September reading, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a shit month. And it has been a pretty like esoterically, it's been a pretty shit month for me. And I don't know about you. I wonder if some of you are also feeling that energy, that frustration, that restlessness. And to see these cards as an overview at the beginning of the month, I'm not so anxious about reading the weekly cards, because I can see, oh, actually, we're going to have a pretty good month. As long as we take time to rest and recover, and that we make choices to celebrate, and we let go of things that we no longer have to fight for. Okay, so let's have a look at these new cards from Rebecca Campbell, the Inner Temple Oracle. Now, I will just read the back of the box for you. Deep within you exists a portal of peace and wisdom, your inner temple. It's a place of rest, healing, and creativity. This activating 44-card oracle will support you to reconnect with this portal and form a deep relationship with the wisdom of your soul. As you work with its 4 unique suites, you'll receive guidance on what is true for you and the next action to take. Now, what's really special about this box, about this oracle deck, is that the top actually folds up and becomes a little frame, and you stick your card down the front there, and you can put it on display on your altar or on your nightstand or wherever you keep your daily card spread, which is pretty cool actually. And if you look, and it's sort of magnetized so it's not going to slip off, and then you've got like an attunement on the inside of the card of the frame. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little deck. I've only used it a couple of times. I haven't really had time to do much card drawing this month, or since I've got them. So let's draw a card for the collective. What does our inner temple want us to know for the month of October? Oh, I'm being told to draw 2 cards. What does our inner temple want us to know for the month of October? Oh, okay. So we've drawn 2 cards, and they're quite unusual in that they have an upside and an upside down part of their card. It's hard. You can see it on the screen now. We have the Machine and the Mystic, and we have Inner Winter, Inner Summer. And what you do is you can either just read the cards that or the half that is face, like is upright, or you can read both and see which is pertinent to you. For brevity's sake, we're going to just read the parts that are upright for us. So that's the Machine and Inner Winter. The Machine: unsustainable ways, soulless, greed, parched, external validation, reaching, exhaustion, pushing, churn and burn, meaninglessness, paper thin, hungry for more, controlling, shadow. Okay, so actually what we might do is I might read both actually. The Mystic is creativity, magic, dreamer, alignment, potency, awe, flow, harmony, deep connection, inner world, nectar, overspilling, unique, medicine, satisfaction, unrestrained, wild, free, intimacy, purpose, and unique expression. So it asks which part of the card is right side up, and we have the Machine. Which meaning is calling to you the most? So which one calls to you the most after what I've just read out? The Machine or the Mystic? And how can you bring both parts or meanings into balance? So the Mystic is dedicated to having a direct and intimate relationship with the sacred. Mystics are the artists, the poets, the visionaries, and the dreamers. The world needs more mystics right now to create and make new myths for humanity. The Mystic prioritizes the soul, while the Machine lacks soul. The Mystic creates, the Machine produces. Anyone can produce pretty much anything if they try, yet no one can create quite like you. If the Mystic is right way up, it's an acknowledgement of your sacred purpose and an encouragement to go even deeper. If the Machine is the right side up, which it is, consider whether you've been putting too much emphasis on the external for guidance rather than the internal. Our modern society tends to capitalize on what's well received, but we must be careful not to dampen the creative spark that made it possible. When we use our creativity for a controlled outcome, we can easily lose the magic and turn into producing, not creating. Producing starves the soul. It turns the Mystic into a machine. This is the challenge for the artist, for the mystic, to create, not produce. Okay, so how did that one resonate for you? And if you look at our world, we are very much in the machine at the moment. All the shit that's going on with Donald Trump at the moment and the things that he's saying and doing, it's just ridiculous in this day and age that this is going on. And I totally get that about producing. When I ran a creative business called the Paisley Hummingbird, you know, I used to make these beautiful little project bags. Designing that pattern and making the first one was so much fun. After that, not so much, because I wasn't being creative. I was just producing, and it became a real slog. So I went more then into pattern making, because you just make up one pattern and then you just sell that pattern, you know, digitally or pay on paper. And you go on to the next creative one. You don't keep reproducing that pattern over and over and over again, and taking all your time so not letting you be creative all the time. So I really, really get that really resonates with me, how it's really important to be creative and not just produce stuff for the sake of it. Which one of those resonated more with you? Are you the mystic or are you in the machine at the moment? I think a lot of us are in the machine at the moment, and we need to reach more for the mystic, for being in touch with what our soul is calling us to do. Okay, so the next card we've got is Inner Summer and Inner Winter. And as you can see, Inner Winter is upright. So Inner Summer, blooming, open to life, saying yes, pleasure, joy, tasting the sweetness of life, rapture, ecstasy, adventure, energy, solar, warmth, enjoyment, being social, being visible, play, fun, creativity, feels like I've arrived, things are happening for me, let's do this. Inner Winter is initiation, rebirth, renewal, rest, going underground, the fertile void, surrender, mystery, unknowing, death. The end is also the beginning, union, feels like nothing will ever grow again, a yearning for rest and quiet. So it asks, which part of the card is upright? So Inner Winter is upright. Which meaning is calling to you the most? Now, I think a lot of us will be thinking summer is calling to us a lot. How can you bring both parts or meanings into balance? So the seasons are probably the most powerful teachers that are in the great mystery school of nature. We can experience inner seasons too, and when we're aware of which seasons we find ourselves in, we'll be better placed to progress through it. Accepting the season we're moving into can offer us medicine and guidance that will help us meet what comes. Now, they do have journaling prompts there, which I'm not going to go into in this reading. But I feel like the reason that we've got the Inner Winter upright at the moment is because we are coming out of winter. We've just come into spring. We are all just sort of waking up and realizing, yes, it's go time again. It's energy time. It's new growth. It's rebirth. It's renewal. So I feel like that's just a reminder saying it's okay to still feel like you just want to cocoon for a little bit longer, but it is time to start stretching, waking up, getting our bodies moving and getting our brains thinking about the new things that we can do for the coming year. So that's about it. So really good, positive month. Yes, looking forward to it. We have Halloween happening at the end of the month. I don't know, I don't really celebrate it, but I often just go walking around where my sister lives with the little ones, helping them gather lollies, which I think rot their teeth. But anyway, I'm a big party pooper, aren't I? But yeah, so I hope you have a great Halloween if you celebrate it. It's actually Beltane here in Australia on the 31st, going into the 31st, from the 31st to the 1st of November. We celebrate Beltane on the Wheel of the Year, which is a totally different celebration to Halloween or Samhain, which is what they celebrate in the Northern Hemisphere. And unfortunately, we follow their their calendar as well. Our Samhain is actually in April, I think it is, or May, maybe May, end of April, beginning of May. So yeah, so we also should be celebrating Beltane as well at the end of the year, which I'll put up some information about that more towards when it's going to happen. In the Northern Hemisphere, they usually light huge fires. We will not be doing that here, obviously, because we live in Australia and bushfires. But there are other ways you can celebrate. I think it's the final, or it's either the final or the first fire festival. And it's usually quite sensual. It's where the festival king and queen join together in all of those terms, and it's about fertility and birth and abundance and all that sort of stuff. So have a great October. You can all rest and relax a bit. Don't forget to find time to rest and relax and celebrate your successes. Celebrate what's happening in yours and your family and friends' lives. It's so important that we celebrate those little moments. And yeah, have a great month. I will see you in the next video.